Hi y'all. On this video I'm taking you through the house, at least part of the house. We're going to show you where our living room is, where we dine, and the kitchen. Remember, we moved into the house and it's not finished inside yet. So bear with us as I show you some things that have been completed, some things that are temporary, and some things that definitely must be changed. So let's go on in. All right. For everyone who's seen our videos of David up on scaffolding, putting up wood, this is the result. And so this is the living room area. And we're using lots of repurposed things in here. We picked up furniture that's been repurposed, like the piece of furniture over here was a large buffet. We're using it as a kind of an entry console. Right now it's a catch-all for stuff until we decide where things are going to live permanently. One of our sweet neighbors got us this great welcoming home gift. You can see there's empty frames beside it. Those were picked up at Goodwill in Las Vegas years ago. I started collecting stuff for our forever home years ago and just packed it away, and it became presents. This little chest over here I picked up at the junk store, and some of you might think of it as junk, but I don't know. It's a found object, and I have it sitting on the floor temporarily. I've got my little deer there, but it's going to go up in one of these frames. So right now it's just sitting there. Let's show you this area first. Here's one of the mirrors that I've painted and distressed slightly. This piece right here is a Victrola that David and I have had since we were married. I've had to remove the veneer off of it because it was damaged on top. So we're going to stain it and refinish it and get it in working order again. So it's got a whole bunch of old records that go with it. I have a temporary window covering that will help us to get rid of some of that sunlight until we get the roof up on the porch. We have the furniture that we've lived with for a long time. Some of it, the lamps and stuff have been painted, lampshades changed out to get more of my farmhouse look going. But some things are just here temporarily, guys. This teapot is a silver teapot that's tarnished, and I put it here, and it came from my mother's side of the family. Dates back to the Civil War. Have some old boxes and stuff. Cowhides here and there, because hey, we're in Texas, so gotta have a few cowhides. The table that's in our living room, the coffee table. What's different about this piece right here is that the legs, the base of it, they came off of a antique pool table. They're solid walnut, and the pool table was being tossed, and I salvaged the legs. David made a frame, and then we went to a quarry in the Vegas area, or one that specialized in stone, and had this piece cut to make a top for it. And it's got some little interesting things like embedded fern, little pieces in it, so we like it. The pillows, they're stamped cowhide, and I found the leather on eBay, and the same guys that did the interior of David's truck made me pillow covers for him. I have patio furniture in my house right now because the front porch is not finished. So clearance time at Lowe's, and I picked up some pieces of wicker to go with some wicker I already had. And I got those on clearance, the wicker pieces. And they even delivered them over an hour away for free. So you can't beat that. Here's our dining table. And it sits right in front of our big windows. This table I've used Murphy's soap to clean it, and I'm going to put a light sealer on it because I'm keeping that real weathered look to it. We found this table and some chairs that went with it on Craigslist when we were in Nevada. The chairs that are currently sitting around it, they're going to all be painted black after I have time to sand them. And I found these chairs at a local thrift store here in town. So this is my farmhouse table, and I do have some succulents that I planted. That planter I've had since, golly, almost 16 years, maybe longer. Planted it with succulents. Have the wall right here where we put up some of my little decorative boxes. And over here behind the living room furniture is sitting the little love seat that's going to go out on the front porch. But also over here is where our wood stove's going to be. So there's a pipe that sticks out of the floor, and we'll be bringing the wood stove in. And sitting smack in the middle of the room is it's the cabinet that supports my farmhouse sink, which is a stainless steel farmhouse sink. This is the third cabinet, so they kept sending us damaged and broken cabinets, and that put everything behind schedule as far as my kitchen goes. And this is what you'll see when you get to the kitchen area. That's where an island's going to be eventually with some bar stools. David's going to make that. But over here, smack dab, where that cabinet should have gone, is my temporary borrowed sink. And this came from the plumber who did our plumbing. It is a borrowed sink because we didn't have a cabinet. And we had lots of people coming, and it was going to be a while before we could get here and get the right cabinet, the right sink installed. So David temporarily put some board on top of some of the cabinets. And this became my countertop. We have since paid for and ordered our countertop. So our next step in this area among our many projects will be to take out the temporary sink, move the other cabinet over in this area, push this cabinet to the corner, push the one that's in the corner over to the stove, align everything up, and that's my dishwasher right there. It's turned backwards, but at least it's in the kitchen now. Until then, it's hand washing, and that's not a problem. I don't mind doing hand washing. Above the stove, I have some cabinets, and some of the cabinets I chose not to put glass fronts on. I just like the idea of them being open. But the other thing we did, these are cabinets that you buy at the store. They're called custom cabinets because they make them and then deliver them. But they had white shelves, and what we chose to do is to take these shelves, remove them, put some more wood in there, and stain it to match my open shelving that David put in for me. So here's some of the open shelving. Goes real well with the ceiling. Ties that all in together. And looks good beside my red kitchen door, which I really wanted, and it's a crossbuck door. Let's see if I can get enough light on there. You see that? I always wanted a red door. And now I have it. Hanging above where the island will go, this is another found object. This was a chandelier that I found at the local thrift store, and it had a combination of black and silver and some globes on the lights. So we removed the globes, David rewired it, we bought some more chain, we painted it flat black, and got some LED lights that are Edison style. So a lot of our light fixtures have Edison style lights. If you looked at the video where David made the barn doors, and I'll put a link at the end for that video, this is what they came out looking like. They are bypass doors. So he did that. Let me open them for you and try to show you what's behind them. And I'll step back so you can get a better view. They slide really well. All right. We didn't have room when we designed the house to put in a walk-in pantry. And initially we were going to put one of those cabinetries that's a reach-in pantry over here in the kitchen area. But we had this long wall and we didn't need the additional space over there. So we discussed it and decided this would be a perfect location to do a big wall pantry. David helped design it, and he built all the shelves, reinforcing them because I have lots of heavy things. We wired it so that it has some outlets and so it can have some small appliances in that area. Right now I have lots of stuff in there. I've been unpacking some things that are filling it up, and they still need to find their forever home, but they're sitting on the cabinet. But we currently have where the coffee's made, a little microwave because I didn't want a microwave sitting on the counter, and I didn't want a microwave mounted up high because I'm not the tallest person, and then as I get older it'll be harder to remove things from the microwave. But my big pressure canners are in here, and this is where I'm going to be storing more items on the floor. And if you can see, let me turn on the light. Give us time to focus. There we go. I have storage up high. That's where some of the canners go. So lots of storage. And let me show you my office. I have a corner office right there. That's my office. So took a little dressing table I had. I'm going to be refinishing it, and this will be where I do lots of the YouTube videos and just keep track of my receipts, household receipts. And the chair that I'm sitting in over here, this was a found chair. It wasn't in bad condition, but I didn't like the upholstery. So the same people that made the throw pillows that upholstered David's truck, I bought some goat hide, and the leather on eBay, and they came and they upholstered it for me. So I've got this real cool pattern. They did real nail heads. Guys, they did a beautiful job on this chair, and it's really comfortable. Let me show you the back of it. So it has leather on the back as well. So this is my office. And I'm going to try to do a panorama of the room slowly so you can kind of get a feel for where we spend a lot of our time when we're not out working on projects. Let me angle up a little bit so you can see that window over there. At the top of that window across it is where I will have it's half of a windmill fan. The blades will be mounted up there. And then let's pan over this way. And of course there's Peppy, and in the corner some galvanized letters that say what we are. We're the JRC, Homestead, Texas. Hope you enjoyed the little tour today, and that you'll come back, check us often, that you'll subscribe, share, give us a thumbs up, give us some comments, hang with us as we upload video off of David's phone. We're new to doing this, and until we get a new camera where we can give you some of those great edits that we've done before and add some music. So hang with us, guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye now.